Good morning, 11:33 and 22 seconds, 4-T, the century, pursuit of the golden truth, putting the golden light out there with the golden truth, letting the golden light flow in through the crown chakra, and pushing out and directing out, unconditional, divine love to each and every one of you. Welcome, esteemed ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what's going on, well, go back through my programs in the archives now and come up to Godspeed, because it's all a happening thing and it's all God's plan, God's glory, God's kingdom. And I, as a messenger, through the master number 11, my destiny number 11, illuminating the path of righteousness for everyone to climb on board, never too late to change. And let's sort all this mess out with the master number 22, master builder, and with remasteries through the master numbers, 33 through my teachings, 33 and higher consciousness with your higher collectiveness, your higher consciousness, and then that goes wholeness, oneness, and back to the source. Did I say what the date was? The date is, I believe, the 16th, and it's a Tuesday, 2026. RBA rates maybe go up, maybe just put them on hold. But do you see many things going down? I don't know, since I've been here in this life, I haven't seen many things go down. They all go up. And if the government wanted to fix things, it would have fixed things by now. They've had plenty of time to fix it, and this is why the populace has enough. And prophecies, anyway, we're coming up to those prophecies, the timeline with the 700 years from the Cathars. And it's all historical facts, the golden truth. And what this, the Roman Catholic Church has done over the years. And how much stuff, how much history they've concealed over the centuries. And now this is what I'm here to do, is to unveil all that hidden stuff they concealed from you guys. And that's it's pure evil. And that's in all our Western governments at this point of the moment of the presence. And you can see it with your own eyes. You can see that, what's happening with the mass immigration. America had enough balls and that to go against the UN to stop it. And we should be stopping it here. And by my command, it should be stopped. Now, immigration should be stopped and full stop. Have no one coming in until we sort the mess out. Until we sort it out. And this evilness government, and not all, but some, has done all this on purpose to cause, as you can see now, cause that anarchy and chaos. I'm here to restore order out of chaos. It's pretty quite simple. Through the solar white wizard. And everyone else knows who I am, because I am who I am. And I'm here to help, assist, and support you guys and girls out there. 5-dimensional. 5-dimensional is a lot of things and happening and stuff happening out there. And I'm capable of making big things happen. Because I can. And I am. And it's a must. Because the whole civilization, and yous will come to your realization, so we can have that stabilization. But there's a lot of A lot of things happening with this evilness, with their evil, vast, V-A-S-T, network. And it's been disassembled now. All those, well, the web of deception is being taken down, isn't it? The cabal, deep state, whichever you would like to call it, it's all being dismantled. And it'll be dissolving because it's decaying. And then it'll just disappear. And with that moment of the presence, I cannot wait for that to happen. Then I take my rightful place within the cosmic order. As I said, RBA rates, they should be going down, if anything. And it's all been fabricated because it's all fiction laws, fiction rate. It's all fiction in front of you because it's all been fabricated on purpose. If you've got $1 trillion, don't you think he can use those $1 trillion to buy houses in Australia worth $1 million? Because with $1 trillion, $1 million is probably 1 cent. 1 cent. And he'll just use that wealth, and everyone will use their wealth to buy those houses for $1 million because it's, well, with that much wealth, it's chicken feed for them. Chicken feed. For us, well, you get the big picture, don't you? For us, it's work your entire life. You're working your bums off, and then you're going to die before you even ate it anyway. And your children is going to inherit an actual debt from you. And with the death taxes, everything, both these parties do, all the parties, except for One Nation, up to this point of the moment of presence, One Nation's the only one that's doing the right thing. And policies, policies is just all about, well, that's crap too, because they get those fiction lawyers and legalists to draw up those policies, to make those policies up. Policies should be basic on paperwork too. Let's just build our industries up, bring back the tariffs, so the tariffs protect our local industries, manufacturing and factories and all that products. The tariffs will protect that because the tariffs will be higher than what you can buy our own products made in Australia. Now, why are we importing apples and fruit and that from overseas? It doesn't make sense. We've got enough agriculture here to support Australia and to export our agriculture. And start with our meat. We need to be productive again. And that's why they're going after all our farmers and that now. We should be protecting, giving our farmers government subsidies, handouts, to get everything up and running again. Canneries, the steelworks, and I can't emphasise this strong enough. And people can see this because these governments have done this on purpose. Previous governments have done this on purpose. They're evil. Not all, but some, S-O-M-E, right? With the Hawke, Keatons and your Howards, they're all evil because they've purposely destroyed Australia productivity. We've got none. They destroyed it. They destroyed Kurnell refinery, Port Kembla, steelworks, Newcastle, all the shipbuilding industry's gone down the drain. And with all that going down the drain with your expertise. A father, it was hereditary. Fathers would bring their sons into those industries and teach their children as an apprentices. That's all gone. It's all gone. Way down the wayside because of this evil governments we've had. As I said, if they wanted to fix it, they would have fixed it, but they've destroyed it. They've destroyed things and dismantled it, and through their lobby groups, will put it out to private enterprises. corporations. You know, as I say, our Commonwealth Bank, our phone system, Telstra, Telecom. See, another 20 years, everyone's going to forget this, and you're just going to be, well, they're puppets, because you're just going to be full on in debt. And then the other thing they privatised too was the electricity. Now, every time they privatise something from the public utilities or the public profit pool, because it was all run by profit, and this made Australia rich because all that money was going back into Australia's economy, so we could build roads and stuff like that, and back into the infrastructure. All this infrastructure that was built up in the 1900s, it's getting dismantled and sold off. It's sickening. It is sickening what this government has done. And it really, really, really annoys me and frustrates me. But, as I said, I keep my emotional profile in check, because it's all about centre, balance and grounding yourself. And I'll use all my resources, energies to my disposal. Because as I said, it really annoys me what I see and what they've done. And they have been doing it since Federation, 1901. I think whatever Sir Henry Parkes put down, I'm pretty sure they changed his original paperwork documents. We've got to go back and see what Henry Parkes actually put down in that Federation and all the other. Well, they should have been Deacon was another one. But we need to go back and see this paperwork, but most of it's been destroyed. So, as I said, this is why I'm here, to build it up from the foundations up again, rock by rock, because they've destroyed it. So we've got to start again. We go back to new beginnings. And this is why I'm here with the astrology, me master numbers, and I'm capable of making big things happen, because I can. And I am. And it's all for the populace out there, you beautiful people. And directing my unconditional divine love out to you guys, because it is a threshold moment. It's a big tipping point, turning point, because it's a great mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable, and awake, rise and shine, abracadabra. Okay, we've got to get everyone awake to what has been happening. And with these creatures, monsters and demons, we got to stop them. You stop them now. Otherwise, I'm saying in a couple of years, maybe a decade or two, you won't be able to stop them. And it'll be finished. Well, for civilization, they'll destroy it. Civilization will just fold back into itself and crumble and deteriorate, and then like the ancient civilizations, because this evilness has destroyed civilization once again, you'll have to go back to the drawing board, like they did with the Roman Empire and so forth. It's bad, but we can change it now. As I say, it is never too late to change. And we have happily ever after. Happily ever after. That's an ideal card to get in this moment of the presence of the matter. Beautiful card to get. That's a pick-me-up card. Okay, what do we have now? Detoxification. Okay, detox, that's everything out of your life. Detoxification, all that toxicity, the whole lot of it. And that is the evil government And it's not all, it's some, S-O-M-E, in this evil government. The evil ones we go after, we rout out, flush out, and they be held accountable for their actions. And we have justice with a capital J, because we're victorious and we are conquerors. Pretty simple, straightforward, and that's why I said you keep your policy simple and straightforward, with no small print in it, or no shenanigans within it, or that gibberish jargon that those stupid fiction lawyers go on about. Straightforward, so the general population can pick up on it and know exactly what's going on. And no more lies. No more lies. These lies now, because you lead by example. And if your leader's lying, it filters down through your civilization, through the levels of authority, and everyone starts lying. What I saw the other night on Four Corners, which I left a link on my last program, watch that and see what the actual police, and it's not the young ones' fault, because it's the training and educational system within the police force, how they train their recruits. You need discipline in the recruiting system, and going back to the drawing board and re-educating, retraining all your recruits, all those recruit schools, all through the military to the police forces or services, whichever. They sort of rebranded the police force there, made it a service, then goes back into a force. They just try and rebrand things. And the Deputy Commissioner I saw, just tell the bloody truth, mate. You just say, yes, there's been a few of us out of hand, and it's still happening since Roger Rogerson. There's still corrupt police in there, whether they're wearing body cams or not. Make it, legalise it so you cannot take that body cam off. Every incident or every job they go through, or that body cam should be on every shift, whether it's a 12-hour shift or 8-hour shift. Every minute of those shifts should be recorded. Unless, of course, you're going to the toilet and stuff like that. Okay, whether it's just a private matter with yourself, going and relieving yourself, well, that's just common sense, isn't it? And then when you turn it off at the desk, and then you go do your business and come back and then put it on again and turn it on. But when you're fully at work and going to incidences and jobs, that body cam should be on. And there's a lot of mental health out there. Mental health, well, you just call the ambos and let the ambulance deal with it. There was a lady with mental health issues sitting there naked in front of two plainclothes. They were young. I'd say they were 22, 23. And they were beating her. They were kicking the bloody bejeebies out of her. And it was sickening. I don't even know what was going through those young. That's what I mean. It goes back to the training. Because how can two young police officers that are there to serve the public, and they're kicking her and punching her? And she's mentally ill. She had bipolar, I think, and she was off her meds. Just let her sit there so she doesn't harm herself, and you get the ambulance or the paramedics, we call them now, and they come in and they deal with that patient. And all the police are there are just like security, so there's no self-harm, or she doesn't harm the ambulance officers. And if you have to pin it to the ground, yes, but you don't do what they done. I do believe they're serving 3-year sentences now for that undercover police. And the other one was another incident in someone's own house. But some of these police officers are going unchecked, and there's no consequences for their action. They think they can do what they want. And this is where the commissioner's got to come in And by my command, the New South Wales Commissioner, sack them. You need to sack them ones. Okay? He gave into it. There was one there, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's still working, and he shouldn't be still working. They're not fit enough to wear the blue uniform or any authority. And if you, as a commissioner, cannot see that, you need to be flicked also. And we'll put someone in your place that is capable and using your own abilities to come up to scratch and do your job. As I said, the whole system needs a big overhaul. And that is the judiciary, because I'm all for justice with a capital J. And this goes back my generations. That's why it's biological. Biological through the regency of the bloodline or the blood lineage. All needs to be cleaned up ASAP. As I said, I'm getting a bit frustrated, and I hold that in check with my emotional sides. But we need to get this going. We need to get this going. And the one way we can do that, and why wait 2 years? We cannot, 2 years, anything can happen in 2 years. I know anything can happen in a month. We need to get One Nation in now, ASAP. And through that, it's the Governor-General saying this evil government is not performing. It's not performing to the public, the populist standards. We have high expectations on what our governments do, and they're not meeting those high expectations. They're destroying everything, dismantling it, and dividing the populace with mass immigration that these, and not all, but some, do not even want to, I don't know, they don't even want to be here. They don't want to mix in with us. So what are they doing here? If they just come and they're getting paid subsidies of our government just to disrupt our system here. As I said, Australians, we're a loving culture. We have a culture here. It's 200 years of blood, sweat and tears building this country up. And as I say, through the industries, production, and maybe I'm just a bit more boiled up going back to the first fleeters. And I think there's probably about 5 million here now, approximately, that's related to first fleeters. 5 million of us. So we just get the 5 million of us and we vote for One Nation. It's going to be a lot more than that. 80%. 80% is needed to cross that line and put One Nation in, and that other 20% of dregs will have no say at all. And then we go after the lobby groups. There's a lot to clean up. There's a lot of corruption, evilness, and just plain insidious, horrible and terrible things that have been inflicted on the Australians. Terrible. Just want to do one more card here. Yeah, see, magic of nature. Magic of nature. Let's get into this because we got happy ever after. Happy ever after. As I said, I'm here and I'm ready and you guys are ready. Happy ever after. A happy outcome is assured. Release any anxiety and feel secure that everything is resolved in the end. The ending's always the same. This is a reassuring card signaling that the movie you're currently starring in has a very happy ending. Situations that appear sticky are miraculously resolved. Misunderstandings are forgiven. Mistakes are forgotten. You are urged to stop worrying about the future as your fears could be self-fulfilling in a negative way. Positive, be positive. You could literally sabotage heaven's happy plan for you if your worries are excessive. That's why you cast it all out. Happy, happy, happy. Positive. positive thoughts. So go outside in nature and ask the fairies to help you rejoice in the perfection of creation. Your joy renews your faith and ensures a happy outcome that is in store for you. Affirmation: everything is in divine and perfect order right now, because we are conquerors. We are conquerors. Detoxification. Detoxification. You are being guided to clean your body, environment, mind and heart of toxins. God and the fairies will help you with this endeavour. It's time to let go of toxins within and around you. This card validates your inner guidance that has been telling you to let go of harmful habits. Go outside in nature and call upon the fairies to surround you. Ask God and the fairies to help you release toxins from your mind, body and heart. Ask them to help you release your cravings for harmful habits. You'll soon find yourself naturally desiring organic, fresh food and produce. This is what I was saying. We need to get production with our fresh produce here in Australia. And car manufacturing, all production, all industries, up and running them at total efficiency. High efficiency and high outputs, and then we start exporting and making Australia great again. You'll soon find yourself naturally desiring organic fresh food and produce. You'll be guided to read ingredient labels of all foods, beverages and toiletry items, and you'll only want to use natural products. You'll be guided away from environmental toxins, and most important, your thoughts and emotions will veer away from judgment and fear and will become love-based instead. I take excellent care of my body and I crave only harmful foods and beverages. Healthful, or healthful. So I'll say it again. I take excellent care of my body and I crave only healthful foods and beverages. Okay, the last one was magic of nature. Magic of nature. Okay, alchemical force. Alchemical force. Because we can. So I am capable of making big things happen. Because I can and I am. Magic of nature. Spend time outdoors among the flowers, plants and trees. Nature. It's all about nature. And nature has a naturally flow of correcting everything within nature. Nature has powerful gifts that she wants to share with you, including ideas, information and healing, energy and the supernatural. A lot of you just don't understand or want to know about the supernatural. If a chair moves in front of you, I want to know why that chair moved or who moved that chair. Most of you guys are going to run from it because you fear it. Don't fear anything. Don't fear anything. When you are disconnected from Mother Earth, which is, I'm fully connected now with Mother Earth, Mother Goddess Gaia. That's me energy grids. And I integrate it all. And I connect, transmit and receiving. You may feel depressed or lethargic without knowing why. This is why. That is why you feel your energy's drained and so forth, because you haven't got that connection. Earth too feels distraught. When you don't connect with her on a regular basis, she needs you to mist her beauty so that she can telegraph information to you. In this way, you'll know best how to care for your planet. By drawing this card, you're being urged to spend time daily, even as little as 5 minutes, outside in nature. Remove your shoes, socks or nylons and connect your bare feet with the soil, sod or sand. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths as you're surrounded by the magical energy of nature. Mentally ask the fairies to help you with any issues you may have. then open your eyes and look for their fleeting light, which is the first sign that you're seeing the fairies that surround you. Affirmation. I love being outside in nature. I feel energised by the sunshine, fresh air, plants and the animals. I take excellent care of every living being, including myself. Now, as far as I'm concerned too, all those, I'm not going to mention any names, but everyone involved in forcing that COVID-19, and that means locking them up and putting us away for 2 years, which has destroyed a hell of a lot of things, small businesses, resorts, amusement parks. They all closed down because there was it wasn't generating profits, so therefore it couldn't keep its maintenance up on their businesses. It's destroyed a hell of a lot. And now a lot of people should be paying for that, who forced that upon us. And through the Congress now over in America, I noticed that a lot of that is being, what was concealed and hidden is now being unveiled on what actually went on with, like, Bill Gates. I'm not going to mention any other names, but I very, very dislike Bill Gates and people with wealth that just want to destroy the human race. They basically think they're on this planet by themselves or something. I don't know what evilness is in them, but they're the ones we rout and flush out, and we have justice with a capital J. And you know that man in Victoria and the ones in all over Australia, all those ones that forced that COVID-19 on us and forced the vaccinations on us. I had to have 2 myself because I had to keep on working. And there was a lot like that out there, the mandates that we had to have those vaccinations to keep working. It's not on. You don't force anyone to do anything that they want to. But because as I had bills and so forth like everyone else, we were forced to have that. And that is why the health system's in disarray now, because everyone that didn't want that vaccination left the health system. And as I said, they were all professionals, and professionals that had done 20, 30 years experience that they would have trained up the younger ones. Now you've got 24-year-olds training 22-year-olds. You need people with experience, and years gives you that experience. No textbooks will put the years into anyone. And as I say too, with rebirth and generational changing of the guards and so forth, you have those ancestral spirits. And that's your biological side of things, which these fiction books and fiction laws has closed people out with the DNA going back 180 generations, the mother of the mother of the mother and the father of the father and the father. Now, I know who I'm going to listen to more. I'll listen to an old person like your grandparents that has that years of experience, and they'll have the wisdom and knowledge of their lifetime put together when they're 80. And it's a time of reflection. And this is what I say, it's never too late to change, because all these good men and good women out there, it's time to report your colleagues doing corruptible things. And this is what the culture was like in the police force. Someone would do the wrong thing, and 5 out of those officers that knew the truth, only 1 came forward, and the rest of them, the other 4 of them, were copy and pasting their statements. All their statements was the same. And if you're going to support and be roped in by association to all that, you'll be booted from the force too. Zero tolerance for any corruption and zero tolerance for any aggression, unwanted aggression from any policing. You do your job in a righteous manner. If you can't do it in a righteous manner, you shouldn't be there. And as I said, that commissioner should be reviewing those whole things. If I can sit here and draw enough evidence here and come to the conclusion, and seeing is believing, you're seeing your police, that you're in charge of, bashing, and that's not performing your job. Come on, Commissioner, get out there and sack them. Do your job. If you can't do your job, we'll put someone in there that can do the job. It's pretty straightforward and common sense. As I said, I get a bit wild about it, and I must apologise because I said that HATE word. And that's why I've got to retrain myself, because that HATE word is a bad word. We say we dislike. I don't like what some, and as I said, it's some, in these forces and military, it's only that some. But the good shouldn't be supporting the bad. It's time, in the timelessness and the matter of the presence of the moment, to report those bad ones. Stop backing them up doing the bad things, because it is totally, totally unacceptable what they're doing. It's unbecoming behaviour of a human being. We don't do that unless you are evil yourself. And we don't want any evilness in any of those military or police forces. Push them out. And you good people and good men and good women, you report those colleagues now, in the now. Start reporting them so we can clean it all up. And not only that, I noticed at Gosford Police Station when the footballer was punched in the head. He was unconscious. He got he was king hit by, I think, I'm not too sure, I won't say what rank he was, but he smashed him. I think it was out of Terrigal. And I used to do security out of that Crown Plaza. But anyway, what was supposed to be done was you just take him by the arms and put him in the paddy wagon. There's no need to king hit him. And when he was king hit him, another junior officer put another 4 punches in his head when he was unconscious. And this is a footballer that you're supposed to be hard. You're hard and you play fair and so forth on the footy field. But to to go out and enjoy a drink and then get king hit like that and then another 4 punches in the head, then he got slammed in jail, and then they fabricate and make up. This is what I'm saying. The fiction laws flows down throughout the populace. If you've got a liar and a really bad leader, it flows down. It flows down. Surely you guys see this too in the workforce. When you've got a bad and cranky manager, his workforce is like that. It's all connected. And when you've got a bad leader, like we've got now, an evilness, it flows down through the ranks. And what happened at Gosford Police Station, an actual detective of 23 plus years service, approximately, he took it to his senior officer and he said, well, he got blackballed. He said, if you want a career here, I suggest you just go away and mind your own business. From his senior officer. I want to know who that senior officer is. I want to take action on everything. Because I'll get to the bottom of it, because I have justice with a capital J. And I am very, very passionate with this. Because I can see with my eyes, and what I see with my eyes, I see a lot of betrayal, a lot of treachery, a lot of lying, just a lot of evilness out there that needs, flicking. It needs flicking. And this is what we're going to do. Because we're here to help and support and we have judgment. and assist, because I am capable of making big things happen, and I will stay until the job is done. As they say, I always see the job through. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's a big mess out there now. What do we say? It's a big cock up, a cluster. It's a cluster F. That's what it is. Big transformation, life, death, rebirth, restoration, reformation, transformation. They've lost hope and faith and love with the populace and the good men and the good women. And it's never too late to change. Never too late to change, because I illuminating the path of righteousness, because we are eliminating the unrighteousness. As I say, it's very simple and basic, because this is what I want to go back to. And all that fiction legalers and fiction lawyers, Page of Swords, the Tower, and resonating with everything. I resonate with the rhythm and the frequency and the transmission and the receiving, receptors, and integrating with all, and become and flow and connect with the whole universe. And God and the universe works in mysterious ways. In the timing, divine intervention, and what we're going to do, what's going to happen. And it is a happening thing. And what do we have? Wheel of Fortune. I'd expect nothing else, because my expectations are pretty high. Anyone that's in a place of authority and responsibility, you are a sub-leader in those fields. Do your jobs. What is expected of you in those jobs. Probably not your fault too, because then it goes back to the management system and the educational system and those curriculums, what you're doing and how you get trained as a manager. And there's a lot of forged documents out there. I think there's about 100,000 forgeries out there now. So people in those jobs shouldn't even be there, because it's fraud again, like the forgeries of the Habsburgs. See how it's just created anarchy throughout our system. Phone call, we'll dismiss that. And of course, alchemical force, the magician. The answer is yes. Because it's a great mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable, rise and shine, awake you are, abracadabra. Let's get this ball rolling. A game, a movie, whatever, Matrix, whatever. I just know where I sit and what place I take within those systematic approaches, or where we are or how we are. I sit in the now and the presence of the matter. Because judgment, and you all know now I am about justice with a capital J, And I am ready. I am ready. And you guys are ready. Just got to get off our asses and push and forge ahead, which we're doing. Shouldn't say get off our asses, because we're doing everything that we can in this possible moment anyway. And it's a lot because the synchronicities are flowing out, your symbols and your signs and visions, manifestation. I know it's all coming into fruition now because, well, manifesting for the last 30 years. Some things take a bit more moment of the presence than others, because it's a linear time. Remember the linear time, man-made time, another fiction, like the fiction books and fiction where we are now. That's what I mean. You're in a fictional movie. We want to go into a factional movie. Okay, with the golden truth of light. Judgment, fire, Pluto. Funny about Pluto, isn't it? But the planet I draw many and much energy from. Life, death, rebirth, transformation, reformation and restoration. Okay, so you go through the transitional transformation stage, level, phase. Then you start reformation, reforming everything from the platform up, foundations, and we restore it all. Restoration, all through little planet Pluto. I mean, it's a small planet, but boy, does it pack a big punch. It's got a lot of punch, got a lot of oomph. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, mercy. Reduces to 2, and 2 is about balancing polarities. See, I know it's going to happen. And it's going to happen big time. Big time, because I am capable of making big things happen. Illuminating the path of righteousness. Never too late to change. And we eliminate all the unrighteous, all this evilness we see now and we speak of. And that goes, Epstein's again, because nothing's been done. We're only seeing 30% that is being concealed. I want to see that 70% going out amongst the masses, and they can see all this evilness they've done and who is involved and what is involved with this evilness, so we can take care of it. Justice with a capital J. And as I say, they go through the fire and brimstone with Lucifer, dragging them by their hair for all I care. But Lucifer will be taking care of them once again, because all that evilness escaped from Lucifer somehow. Don't ask me how, but they escaped. And here he's now on our plane, in our reality, in our realm, doing his job. He'll drag them back down. And as I say, we sit here doing our job. And everyone out there in positions of responsibility, they should be doing their job now. As I say, supernatural forces. Don't mess with it. Page of Wands. Sorry, Swords. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm corrected. Page of Swords. Page of Swords, air, earth. New ideas, curiosity. Thirst for knowledge. New ways of communicating restless and mental energy. Wow, that's a wowzer card. And the Tower. They will be all locked up in the Tower. Natural justice. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation. Their disaster, awakening again, awakening. Release, sudden insight, awakening, awakees are. 16 reduces to 7, which is about change and options. Alchemical force. Okay, and then the Wheel of Fortune once again. Wheel of Fortune being amplified, multiplied. And as people see now, I've drawn this card quite a few times. It's all to do with my Scorpion or Scorpio astrology also. We're forging ahead because we are conquerors. It's the greatest mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Awake. Abracadabra. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point. Change is inevitable fate. And ups and downs, and unpredictable becomes predictable. These three cards. I'll read the Magician again, as I say. Got many things up my sleeve. Many things up my sleeve. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. The beginning of the projects and creative endeavours. It's inevitable. We're going to eliminate these creatures, critters, monsters and demons, and they'll be unveiled to the masses so we can eliminate them. Because I light the path and eliminate, and then we illuminate the path of righteousness for everybody to climb on board, and it's not too late to change. All right, going on to... it's been lovely chatting to you. So I hope you've learned a lot again now through your... Well, the mastery, being the mastery of everything, and being the master teacher, and the frequency, 33, and the 11, 22, 33, and the astrology, and the abology, biology, and seeing everything, seeing from within the tomb, seeing from within even Stevens, seeing from even within the tomb. Okay, good men and good women out there, bid you farewell once again until in the timelessness, in the next now and present, you'll be learning something new. And you've got to learn something new every day for progression. Progression against this evilness. We rout and flush them out, and we have justice with a capital J. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Take care, stay safe out there. Beaming, transmitting, receiving, 4-T, sanctuary, pursuit of the golden truth, unconditional divine love flows out to each and every one of you, one for one and one for all. And love, love, love.